Alright, I think we're starting to approach the end game. Nodovan sent me a list of in-game side quests that are worth doing, so we'll probably hit those up. He kind of gave me a time estimate for most of them, so the ones that are going to be easier, faster to do, we'll definitely start with. We just got back from beating Astaroth, and it seems like the final boss is going to be the Kato guy. The cool caped Japanese dude with the over-the-top chin. I'm gonna explore this town a little bit more before we leave. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I have anything else to get here, though. I think I can probably just go to the world map and see whatever it pops. I'm allowed to go back to Europe now, which I thought they were cutting off as a disc 1 only area. I guess they could still make you swap discs. I think the first game I played where you swap discs more than once, probably Mass Effect 2, they had certain planets, certain parts of the game were on disc 1. Super annoying. I have no guidance as to where to go next. I was kind of thinking a new spot would pop on the map here. Try to go into the capital and see if anyone's there. Titanic Adventure Out of Time made you swap discs back and forth several times. Yeah, it's super weird. Go to the next place for progression. That helps. I might go back to where I just was and talk to everybody there. This is where it defaulted me after the last boss fight. And I will spin my wheels for like 5 minutes before I look it up. This is immediately after the Astaroth boss fight. I got knocked out, didn't go well. Shit's still decidedly pretty cray in the graveyard world. I've already been back at the mansion. Gallivanting Shinta. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 and 3, I think, you have to swap back and forth between discs as you go back to old areas. Wouldn't think we'd have to go back to Mount Fuji. Alright, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Shadow Hearts Covenant walkthrough. Shadow Hearts Covenant. Astaroth. Oh, Neo Astaroth, that's right. I got a crest from him too, I should see what that is. That's pretty cool. So almost everything's going to be on Switch except Final Fantasy VIII. Was that the one that was missing? Astaroth. Holy Resists. Increase one ally's light class special attack defense. Right crest is light damage. Go to the Foreigner's Cemetery. I remember them mentioning that. I don't know if I've been to the Foreigner's Cemetery. It must be in the Imperial City, I guess. It'll be nice to do 8 on stream. I'm looking forward to that. Should double check. I haven't looked at the bonus streams tab in a minute. Sure I'm not. One hasn't like unlocked one a while ago and I haven't noticed it. Oh, Planescape Torment got one. Did miss one. Alright, well. Play it. I'm gonna guess this is in the capital, but I'll double check here in a second. Foreigner Cemetery. Yambashi. So it looks like it's in Yokohama. Yeah, I thought it might have been close. It already had one. I have to mark off the Heroes of Might and Magic one being done. Oh yeah, it did. I don't know if that was on purpose, Yukupo. Very nice. Foreigner Cemetery, there we go. Great, only took us 6 minutes. Yeah, get those scheduled. Actually, a bunch of people have anniversaries in January too, so Kingdom Hearts 2 getting another slap in the face. Maybe we'll play it in March. By the time we get to 3, it'll be nice because the hype will have died down and everyone will have a chance to have fully played it. It's like a door or something?
So you're alive, huh?
You too.
She's super dead.
Yoga?
She's dead again.
I'm sorry.
Gotta believe in something. I still don't know why he's so upset about this. Like, it seemed like the entire introduction to Oko's her job was to sacrifice herself for him.
Love lasts for such a short time, but misery goes on and on. Now my path is an empty one. I have no love left, no dreams.
Kato.
Kamiyashiki. In Azabu, that's where you'll find Minister Ishimura. Now no one will get in your way. You should go and talk to him.
Okie dokie.
And you? What will you do?
Hey, it gave me the evil pop-up book.
Émigré Manuscript.
That's
Yes.
exciting.
I give it back to you.
Hey, wait.
Don't you want to see Alice again? If you follow the instructions in that book, then you can be with her again.
That seems like a really bad idea.
Wait a minute. I don't know how to use magic.
You have a bunch of
Roger should
allies.
be able to help you. He can bring her back to life, exactly the way I did.
Maybe you can only do it once?
Yeah, but isn't that...
Yuri, from now on, I'm your enemy.
Huh?
This is the last time we'll ever speak as friends.
What do you mean?
The world as you know it will end. By my hand.
Okay.
If you really think that you can stop me, my old friend, bring everything you have. Unlike Nikolai and Rasputin, I won't depend upon the power of some evil god. I'll do it with my own hands.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Come on. Enough with the joking.
This is no joke. If you want to know what my plans are, look inside that book. There isn't much time left.
Kato!
Stab him now, right?
Farewell, my friend.
Right on. He's a lot more interesting. I didn't really care about Nikolai. Rasputin was good, but he was really the Disc 1 villain, right? Make us read instead of monologuing, exactly. He's a fella. Foreign Minister Ishimura. Rebels, though? I mean, I guess one of us is a Japanese national. Well, two, sort of. Yuri is kind of a citizen of the world at this point. Definitely World War I era combat costuming for Japan. Kato's off, like, training to become the final boss of the game. He's doing 100 sit-ups or something. Nani? Cool Captain Asakura. Valiant Lieutenant Colonel Terada, who's important enough to have a portrait. Alright, so there is an independent team of rebels, it's not me. I do think I can get past you, actually. Let's go ahead and fuse it up. Let's do Karin. Hit 3 people. I'll take it. I need to snapshot them though, even though it sucks. I could use her to AoE this turn. I've only gotten 2 summons for her. Ultima Buster is what that should be called. It works because he's standing on a pole. Wow, the voice line is even Ultimate Buster. That's funny. In 2004, we didn't fully have our shit together yet with localizations. Alright. Aqua Rays. Should be fun. Perfect. That does a lot of damage.
That was too easy.
Ring perfect, okay. Got the shit is urgent music. It's there's like 2 dungeon songs in this game. It's Urgent Dungeon and Stressful Dungeon. Let's see. I don't need a snapshot again, so that's nice. Eamon's great, but he doesn't have a lot of AoE attacks. I think I want AoE in this sort of a situation. Okay, none of them. So. Surge, single, linear. 4 is pretty good. I don't use MP for much else. Karin? Oh, that killed all of them. Fantastic. It's a dream right there. Oh god, she's so close to one-shotting them. I should just have Anastasia go instead in the future. There goes my ring perfect victory. Womp womp. They didn't get to act though, so that's nice. No damage. Rad. Is there nothing in this room? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's get out of dodge. Engage. Alright, let's worked last time. Let's stick to the formula. We have groups of like 6 enemies. Got this single target crap. Just the problem is that's incredibly expensive. It's like 64 MP. So hopefully there's a save point nearby. You get to end a combo with that too. It looks like it does a bunch of hits. Album, Aqua Rays, these two guys. Shouldn't be necessary. She does so much damage, I think she should one-shot them. So I'm not 100% sure on that. Mana root. Cool. I guess I'm making a mana root for killing them before their turn comes up. That might pay for the mana cost of killing them that way. It does. Okay. It's provided it consistently gives me a mana root for the no damage victory. Alright. Now that I've solved this combat discussion point, I think I'm getting super into crosswords, like specifically New York Times crosswords. I mentioned in Discord that Andrea's family and I watched a documentary on the New York Times crossword featuring the legendary Will Shortz and a bunch of other people that are super into crosswords. And it seems like I've been missing out having not done them. That's how you know you're getting old. It really feels like crossword is like kind of an ultimate test of trivia competence, right? You think that would be something like Jeopardy?
Keep your eyes
Yeah.
where they belong.
Well, that's why I'm doing the New York Times crossword, because it's pretty renowned for being the highest quality one out there. But don't fuck around. I've done some shitty like airline, back pocket magazine crosswords, and that kind of soured me on it. Once I really realized the standards that the NYT crossword holds itself to, I'm like, this is incredibly impressive. Yeah, I think that's what I like about it, is that it's obviously having a lot of trivial knowledge helps, just like it does in Jeopardy, but as with Jeopardy, you often don't need to know the trivia to be able to answer it. You can kind of tease it out, figure it out, and you get better at it the more the puzzles that you do. Yeah. I'm paying it's an annual sub. I paid $40 to be able to do it for a year, which I figured I just paid $60 for Smash Brothers. I probably do more crosswords than I do Smash. Maybe I'll throw out $40 and I cancel the recurring thing in case I'm still not into it a year from now. I like that the difficulty increases by day, like the Monday puzzle is the easy puzzle and the Sunday puzzle is the brutally hard one. I really recommend that documentary if anyone's interested in it. It's called Wordplay. I don't think it's free anywhere. I think we rented it for a couple bucks from Amazon. But if you can get it on the high seas or something. Yeah. Auto check is a thing you can turn on with the New York Times sub. If you're doing that day's puzzle, it disables you from scoring it as a streak if you turn on auto check. But if you do any of the archival puzzles prior to today, you turn it on. So what I'll do is I'll do the puzzle up until I get stuck. And then if I get stuck, I'll turn on auto check for the rest of it, and I'll just kind of keep mental track of what percentage of the puzzle I completed before I had to turn on auto check. I think what is intriguing to me about crossword versus lots of other games out there is that it's not just a test of fact retention, trivia retention. It's not just a test of logical capability. It also kind of tests your social intuition, which I can't think of terribly many games that reward good social intuition, if that makes sense. I see what you did there effect, where you cannot solve it unless if you get the joke that the person is making. So if anyone in chat hasn't done crosswords before, they'll often, some clues will have a question mark at the end, which is the puzzle editor admitting that there's some kind of pun or wordplay or social joke in the clue. That once you get the answer, you're going to roll your eyes and say, "God damn it, Jonathan Blow," or "God damn it, Will Shorts." Those are pretty fun. The name of a Mexican city that means X. Yeah. I don't think I've ever failed a crossword because I simply just did not know the answer, if that makes sense. Like, I was able to get enough surrounding answers that the number of letters and my knowledge of the English language that, okay, there's probably going to be a vowel here, and only this vowel fits with the surrounding words. I'm able to put it in an answer even though I don't actually know what it is. I get screwed on sports. So with sports questions, I pretty much just have to go, okay, what are a list of, Spanish names that start with J and end in N that are 4 letters long, even though I have no idea who this person is. But if I had known, I would have gotten a bunch of clues to other puzzles for free, basically. You'll also start to notice, especially with the more professionally written puzzles like the NYT, that like the minimum word length they allow is 3 letters, and there's only so many combinations of 3 letters. So you start to kind of see the same clues or the same answers coming up over and over, and you start to see puzzle writers like coming up with different clues to the same answer, which is kind of fun. There's a funny part in the documentary where they're talking about like the way you construct a puzzle, which makes a lot of sense. You basically start with your 3 or 4 longest answers, and you fit them onto the puzzle, and then you try to get words to fit in along with those long answers. So you do the most complicated part first. But they were saying some of the New York Times restrictions on what words you can use in a puzzle. I think that their guideline is that the words have to be something that you can say around a 1950s like breakfast table. So this one guy is like, the guy who writes puzzles, he's like, man, the word enema would get me out of so many binds. It's an E, and then a common consonant, and then an E, and then a common consonant, and then an A. But I can't use enema because you wouldn't use that word around the 1950s breakfast table. Alright, let's see. Pro-level Scrabble players would just memorize all 3-letter words. Yeah. It probably is. It would be nice for that to go away eventually. I think it's interesting from like a game design perspective because it adds an extra layer of complexity to what they can add. I've seen some bullshit in these puzzles. Let's try Miserati. I think I just unlocked her. Seems like that's 4 is the most I'm gonna get. Yeah. Learning words by understanding the context around them. I think that's a really important talent. I think the Jeopardy community calls it trash trivia or true trivia questions. Like, trivia where the only way to arrive at the answer is to simply know what the answer is. Can't like deduce it based on clues. That's what's so good about Jeopardy. Almost every Jeopardy question has at least 2 angles that you could get the answer right with. Very rarely do the people who do well on Jeopardy just know the answer. Get Marstead in the New York Times crossword. You can submit. Will Shorts doesn't actually write most of the crosswords anymore. He's the editor, so anybody can submit puzzles to him. And then if he likes it and it follows all the rules, he will make some edits and then decide whether it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through Sunday puzzle. It was spiky. It was trash. I didn't think it was going to do that. The clue said something like that, but I didn't really believe it. Gotta get out of here and heal Karin after this battle. I thought about streaming it. I could. Actually, it reminds me of The Witness in that it's fun to do with somebody else on the couch, basically. Sometimes just getting one extra answer when you're stuck in the puzzle like opens up 3 or 4 new answer lines and it kind of snowballs after that. Subblock. It's probably good if it only targets one enemy, but it's very large is the problem. Irregular 17 hits probably means it targets without you being able to control it. This is probably the one I would have wanted to use, Nova. Oh yeah, I totally crush a crossword. If we could, resist Googling. I always feel ashamed. Sometimes I do Google if it's like a really trash trivia thing, like, who is the winner of the 1932 World Series? Like, I don't fucking know. So I'll Google winner of the 1932 World Series, and I get shamed if the top result is crossword clues, winner of the... God damn it. No, I just wanted to know that for unrelated reasons. It's not related to a crossword. Fuck you, Google. Leave me alone. Puzzler World? I haven't heard of that. What is it? Oh, that's why there's that weird locker room and all these rooms full of dudes. Let me go back to the save room then. I don't think I need to rest yet. Yeah, it did. A couple times when I googled questions in Persona, the top result included Persona in it. Damn it, no, I just want to know that. Game on Steam, collection of different things like crosswords and monograms. Oh, cool. Monograms are dope, too. I'm gonna see if I can... My parents are coming to visit next week, along with my sister and her boyfriend. I'm gonna see if I can get my mom into B-Cross. I think she would like it. It's interesting that computers can do a pretty good job at solving crosswords. They can get, like, I want to say like 90% of the way there. It's usually the punny answers, the question mark answers that they end up failing on. But then they sometimes will get them just based on like history of other crosswords or number of possible legal English words that could fit into this space.
I just hate to lose.
That's the way to do it. Turn 1, ring perfect, no damage. What does Soul Benediction do? Oh, it's a remedy, that's right. It's too cool of a name for a remedy. Pure extract, okay. Probably go back and get the keys for all of these other lockers. I assume they would have been available before I got into that room for the first time. Maybe not. Maybe not. Guess not. Weird. Alright. Don't think there's any locker keys that I missed. Just gonna run. Final Fantasy V panic at the game tracking when you run away and contributing it to some mechanic. Go ahead and resave. Do I want to use a tent? Yeah, I'm at like half MP on Yuri. Why not? I bought a ton of them and they're not expensive in this game anyway. I think it's the SNES Final Fantasy IV? Final Fantasy II, rather? Where tents are just stupid expensive. Be really careful with using them. I still feel like it's better to just heal you to full whenever you get to a save point. It's not difficult to have a full stock of tents. I don't know. Charge! Do that dope Thanatos attack. That's the one. It's like the summon animation where we see like the fire coming out of Bahamut's mouth. Except it's a demon that has really bad oral hygiene. interesting. I feel like this game goes for like Indian singing as opposed to Gregorian chanting in a lot of its songs. I haven't heard it in a lot of OSTs for games. 10 cottages are pretty expensive in general, as late as FF9. It's interesting it took until 10 for save points to just heal you. I never played 13 or enough of 15, but I assume it's the same in both of those games. Gonna end up using all these seals. FF13 heals you after every battle. Yeah, honestly, I think that's the natural evolution. I've said before, I don't think the, like, macro element of managing out-of-combat healing and out-of-combat status effect removal is actually very interesting, right? It's just, do you have 99 antidotes from the point where your income was much higher than the cost of an antidote? And did you remember to go into your, you know, party screen and clear it after battle? Whoa. Kami just posted in Discord that Bungie split from Activision today. Wow. Yeah, that attack seems great. 13 hits. Pretty good. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder if there's more going on behind the scenes with the whole Activision situation than anybody can really know. It's frustrating. I guess we get this problem in, like, the entertainment industry in general. You get it with movie makers, where everybody signs agreements to not, like, badmouth the company that they were working for unless they get blackballed forever from the industry. Yeah, exactly.
That was too easy.
I don't know how much of the current problem with Blizzard is a Activision Blizzard, like, Activision corporate philosophy bleeding into Blizzard, or if it's a Ship of Theseus problem that, like, Blizzard no longer describes the same group of people that it used to describe. Or if it's probably more likely it's a complicated combination of the two. Mind's eye. Mega Man Battle Network 1 heals you after every battle. 2 onwards, they stopped doing that and introduced potions. That's weird. I feel like if you do the heal after every battle thing, it lets the developer plan for the best case scenario in every combat, which means you can generally make combat more challenging. Hit area disappears, but physical attack power is doubled. Holy shit. So you just have to have the ring memorized? That seems really good. Is that all it does? I do not have the ring memorized, so it's a problem. Yeah, I read that there's that Kotaku article about Activision, like, financial influence bleeding into the corporate culture at Blizzard. That's crazy, Capo. That seems like that's the case. Like, if you have a really bad experience at a developer and you go public with it, every other developer is going to know that you did that, and they're going to be less likely to hire you because they're afraid that you're going to do that to them, you know? Like, part of why it took so long for the League of Legends toxic atmosphere thing to come out recently. That's insane. I wonder if that's on... Check the subreddits here. Wow. That's super crazy. single target, linear, circular. I think they both do comparable damage. She may have gotten... She was like 7 damage short of killing them before in one shot. Trying to spread the MP costs around a little bit. Not quite. We could probably relax up a little quarantine. Try to keep it in place for when we're getting a shitload of walk-ins. Shadow Hearts is not that game. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that neck piece I got is probably the strongest accessory in the entire game. I bet that speedrunners use it, but you don't get it until so late that it probably doesn't matter. There's probably some other tech that destroys the game. The Imperial Titanium Soldiers. You can't intimidate us. Okay. Not boss music. I wish I could zoom out and see their formation better. I think I can only target a maximum of 2 of them with a line attack. Appears to be correct. Let's see if I can get Karin to go last, and maybe the bonus from the combo will let her actually one-shot her 2 guards. People are already saying hashtag free Blizzard. That's not happening. Bungie never merged with Activision, they were just publishing. I wonder if that means that Destiny's gonna disappear from the Battle.net launcher. Free Blizzard pretty much kill Activision. That was one of those announcements, when that was first announced that Blizzard and Activision were merging, I had that Obi-Wan Kenobi, great disturbance on the Force feeling in my stomach. Same with when EA bought BioWare. That made me so sad. And then Mass Effect 2 ended up being fine. I guess you could somewhat see the influence, but... Is it impossible for me to hit both of them? It might be. Shit. It takes a while for the EA toxins to leak in. Yeah, they were already most of the way done with 2. You can read something about bigger pushes for employee leverage buyouts. Yeah, I agree. So what's the argument against employee ownership? I get worried when something feels so obvious. Why don't they just upside? There must be some reason not to do it, right? I mean, it seems like if your employees own your company, then they're particularly invested in, particularly and literally invested in the company doing well. see. Now we get the boss fight. Boss music. Oh, that is not what that guy looks like at all. I can't see him right now. Oh, you're still getting that in 3D games, right? Like, that was totally a thing back in the day where you'd, like, see the overworld sprite for an enemy and be like, oh, okay, that's what that character looks like. And you see him in combat, like, whoa, that wasn't what I was imagining, but alright. Let's actually do Fetus and do an Arc Rage here. Something, those that are investing money are interested in protecting their money and thus want the company to succeed. An individual worker interested in their own welfare can get a job elsewhere and sabotage. Okay. I appreciate your attempts. I feel like we already have a really severe issue with the labor supply, right? It's kind of across the board. Oh, we were talking about that in Discord when we were talking about the negative income tax idea.
Now look this way.
Like, capitalism sort of assumes that people can... Oh, wow. I can summon that thing? That's really surprising. Anyway, capitalism sort of assumes that, you know, labor issues will work themselves out because workers are free to deny their labor if the conditions are bad. But that's, like, completely and utterly untrue. In almost every place. You need to work there because that's where you get your health insurance and da-da-da-da-da. This dude takes 0 damage. Perhaps he only takes magical damage? Let's try and just do a random element. Company can fail and they still get a bunch of money anyway, right? Well, that happens extremely often. I saw a lot of people angry about, was it the Sears executives that were being paid big bonuses to stay on while the company was basically a sinking ship? And there was a reasonable argument, so, well, we need to have people that stay on because if we don't give them any incentive to stay on, then no one's going to be there to take care of the necessary things that need to happen for the ship to finish sinking. I'm like, okay, that's reasonable, but I still feel like the situation is, like, borked fundamentally. Maybe if you zoom further out from just Sears, it's more borked than just that. I guess I'll try using her new snapshot on him when her turn comes back up. Unions are a good step, I think. The sailor was drilling a hole into the hull, I didn't want to keep him on board. Yeah. Right. Remember when I got laid off, they paid me double to... Oh, it is weak against certain kinds of damage, just not physical of any kind, I guess? Wow. This is going to be rough to win. I'm pretty dependent on physical damage. Let's see what my other options are here. When I got laid off, they paid me like triple time to fly to Chicago and train my replacements. I really needed the money, so I did it. This is gonna take a while. I think the answer is only weak against elemental attacks. If it's any physical component at all, it does not work. Any type of physical damage. Wow. Alright, so I gotta do like combos with Anastasia basically. Yeah. Well, I've heard that that's a problem. Like if you want to work at Blizzard, because Blizzard is prestigious, they can actually get away with paying you significantly less. Because they know that people are like specifically trying to go to Blizzard. So you could work at a smaller developer and probably get paid better, because people will take the hit. See, I work for Blizzard. Well, that sucks. Whack Anastasia all the way out of the way there. Just Cure Plus in a second.
This'll help you.
That's interesting, Aki. SP down, Jesus. It's pretty punishing. Let's try to do this. Get a combo as high as we possibly can. So we want to get something that does a shitload of hits. I think Miserati had one. $17 hits. If you have the skills to code games, you're better off coding literally anything else. It's not terrible. Is Anastasia not in this combo group anymore? Son of a bitch. Special damage. That's pretty good. Physical, physical, physical. I guess it's earth physical, but that's probably not good enough. His magic stats kind of garbo, which makes sense. Probably gonna have to use sanity point recovery soon. It's gonna be great if I can actually land that with her, I think. Arc Rage is gone, but that's fine because I can't use it anyway. I think I have a buff that increases everyone's special attack by a boatload. I think it might be the Dark character that has it, though. Let's give this a try. With Pulse again. Did good damage before. think Karin, Joachim, Anastasia, right? Yeah, I think that's right. Can I get more than 2 hits? No. Team first. Magic. Rock strike. Hopefully her summon does a shitload of damage here. I like how I can summon him against him, right? It's pretty funny. 17 hits.
Come to me.
Whoa, you can't miss that many times. Wow, that blows. Lame. But enough to kill her? Wow, almost. Not quite, but almost. Alright, Resurrection, Arc Barrier. I think we want to do buff everyone's special attack. I think that's the dark one. Check. Arc Surge is very well. Yeah, it is interesting. It's like, can only one person in the universe summon Ifrit at a time or something? Has anyone ever gone to summon one and been like, shit? Well. Special power, increased healing is a good question. 1 second, sorry guys. Okay. HOA fees was the title of the email, and I was like, oh boy, I should have waited. I forgot that he has that cure-all spell. I should have thought Fantasy 10 was an MMO and that rule existed. I didn't think there was just one of the Aeon in the game, though. I thought you were, like, summoning a representation of that Aeon. Like, not literally calling that specific one. So I'm not in keep up mode. Got him down to like half health. Do I have something that drains enemy MP? I do. Well, I don't think this enemy uses their MP at all. I can't go for a Final Fantasy VI Rasp victory. Wow, that's pretty good. Screw using items. Shit. Right on. I think the problem before was that I was trying to use a laser attack while he was in midair. You want to use that when they're on the ground. Let's see. So I'm not going for combos. Well, maybe I should go back to going for combos. See if I can make a more productive use of my turn. I can probably give some sanity back to Anastasia here. Something fireflies. Try to combo with Anastasia. Oh wow, she got pretty delayed there. Maybe not. Well, actually, no, this might work. Can we to buy Final Fantasy X again and play it again? We want the light ability. Super good. I like that it's a rules-based setting. Here's a setting, here are the rules. Let's explore other elements of the rules. Figure out ways the rules are wrong. 6 is still my favorite, but I think I've said before that I enjoy 10 more and more every time I play it, which is interesting. I think we want to end with Anastasia. I think that will work. I want to try to knock him down, if that's possible. See if this works. It does have physical in the damage number. Probably not. Maybe it does 0 damage just to get it on the ground for turn. Karin, then Anastasia. Do this just for the combo damage. See if this works. It might not. I'm probably gonna have to res Anastasia next turn. Oh, it knocked him up. Son of a bitch. Alright, well that was a mistake. Combo magic. Oh, I forgot about this. See, he's water elemental. He's probably not weak against fire. I don't know what the elemental wheel is in this game. Try this one. Hopefully it's not water. Yep, whoops. That was the one wrong choice. Still did an okay amount of damage though. Don't shoot Anastasia. He did what I told him not to do. What a jerk. That big old booty butt face. Because you don't want Final Fantasy X-3, but you'll buy Final Fantasy X-3. Part of the problem. Giving him Cure All is a good idea. Ow, shit. Lost Odyssey was Final Fantasy X-3. We played an hour of 10-2. Andrea had it on her sub-block because she had heard the pop song before, but she had just played Final Fantasy X, so when we played it on sub-block, she was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I don't want to see this ever again. She stopped. She actually even had it on the voting spreadsheet. but her and Lisa stopped voting for it. Really defaults as Final Fantasy V too. That's a good way to think about it. Switch to this guy. Special attack backup. I'm making this tricky boss fight work. It's taking a minute, but we're gonna do it. Really? That's my one thing that I don't think is a problem with 10-2. I mean, I really like that 10 is raw turn-based compared to the stupid ATB shit of the other games, but I think that 10-2 is the best possible application of ATB that I've seen, at least. If you're going to do ATB, do it that way. Let's see. It's a little late to do Arc Shield. Guy's almost dead.
Here I go!
10-2 feels like bizarre anime filler. Revisiting places you've already seen. Yeah, Andrea agrees with you, Prob. I'd prefer pure turn-based. My problem with ATB is that it's really stupid. No. My problem with ATB is that it's basically still turn-based, it's just the computer is much better at taking turns than you are. And it's kind of stressful. And you can get it to be very close to turn-based by just opening up a menu every time a character's turn pops up, but that's kind of dumb. I guess you can get all the characters ready to act at the same time and then choose the order in which they act. I guess that's technically different from true turn-based, still. Have we heard of the vision for 10-3? Ten-2 is just an exercise in horrific tone whiplash for me. Like, Final Fantasy X has such a precise, somber tone. Somber but triumphant, right? Like, plays out beautifully. It's very serious. I guess I haven't heard the audio drama. I have played 10-2 to its completion. I thought all the stuff with, like, Schmitus and Shmuna was really dumb. Look, they just happen to look at whatever. It's fine.
Here I go!
13-2 is all new areas. I've heard some of the 13-2 soundtrack via Theater Rhythm.
Now stay down.
Ashra's Earring. 40 hit combo, okay. Please don't immediately go into a second boss fight.
So, you finally come. You're Ishimura, the foreign minister? I am he. I've wanted to meet you.
You're Hyuga's son, aren't you?
The exploration discovery component, Spiky.
And who has hired you to kill me?
Yeah.
Russia? China?
There's a lot of wave functions already collapsed in a sequel where you're revisiting all the same areas.
Why is it that you seek to take my life?
'Cause you're nothing but a murdering son of a bitch. Nonsense. You're planning to use Nikolai to set off a war in Russia, aren't you? To protect Japan from the West, yes, that's correct.
Does that make
What
sense?
do you mean? Unless someone in Asia stands up to them, the Western powers will take over here. China, Korea, and Japan all will fall. But I will not allow my beloved homeland to suffer such an ignoble destiny.
About that.
That's a load of bull. Why do you have to stir up a war in Russia to do that? China capitulated, gave in to the West 100 years ago.
Oh, the room this guy's in is very Western. His clothes are very Western.
Only Japan has been able to take a stand against them. But in order to successfully continue resisting, we must become bigger and stronger. We must plant the seeds of future power now on the Asian continent. And when the moment finally arrives for us to hurry to the aid of the beleaguered Russia, it will be Japan that will become the supreme ruler of all of Eurasia. So, that's why you've done all this? Correct. Is that why you used Kato to kidnap Nikolai?
Oh, I didn't know Russia got their butts kicked by Japan.
It was
Interesting.
always my firm intention to have him become the ruler of the new Russia. That's insane. If you do that, it's gonna set off a whole new war. All wars end eventually. Suffering is merely temporary. What about all the people that will die? An unfortunate necessity. Bastard. You can kill me, but my plan will not end. Someone will take my place. No. Stay in there, Kosuke. Kosuke, get away from here!
Leave my grandpa alone! Don't you dare touch my grandpa, you hear?
Out of the way! Kosuke! Please. My grandson is innocent. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. I'm begging you. Please. Please.
Well, that was pointless. We murdered a bunch of Japanese
Beg
guards.
for his life. What about the people you sent to kill in your name? What about the children whose lives have been snuffed out by your soldiers? How many parents have begged just like you for their children's lives? They cried and begged and pleaded for their lives.
So if one of them wanted to install
Killed anyway.
a demon Russian bastard as ruler of Russia,
And they were killed
could have done that.
anyway. How many people will you sacrifice for your stupid, petty ambitions? Protecting them from the West, huh? Well, protect this! Doing it for your country, huh? Well, here's what I think of that! I say you did it for yourself! Stupid, arrogant idiot! You should rot in hell!
where's this coming from, Yuri?
Rot in hell!
Guess maybe he's mad because his girlfriend kind of died
Hell!
because of this guy? That's probably why. It's a long string to argue that she died because of him. So did he kick him to death, or did he just, like, severely bruise his chest? Guess we'll have to find out.
Where's Yuri? Huh?
Well,
He's still pretty down, huh? Well, I'll see what I can do to help.
Roger?
I know, right?
Karin,
It's pretty dark.
the leader of the
He's been pretty
Inugami
goofy and
clan
fun the
was
whole
looking
game.
For you.
For me, you sure?
Yes, she's at the Fountain of Sukume.
You're not in a curb stomping grandpa's mood right now, are you? Because I kind of look like a grandpa. Didn't kill him. Okay. Just beat the shit out of
You
him.
wanted to, right?
Yeah,
Hurts, doesn't it?
yeah.
Good. That's how it's supposed to feel. He's lost it all. His iron soldiers, his mad scientist, Kato, Nikolai, everything. All he's got to look forward to is a short, sad life. But it's more than enough time to think over all the crimes he's committed.
The thing is, even he was just doing what he thought was right.
You having angst over the
He
fact
was
that
fighting for his country.
he wasn't obviously like a
grandson.
demon that you could destroy?
But what have I been fighting for?
It's a really good question.
When that kid was staring at me like that, I realized I had no idea.
You're fighting for Alice, are you not? I think that you are.
Huh?
Use the pop-up
For the
book.
world she loved so much.
Apparently you can only use it once, though.
The future. And also you. Her dreams were very important to you. So I think that maybe you fight to try to help her dreams come true.
Turns out Roger Bacon is
wrong?
more than just a ridiculous goblin. He's also insightful.
Alice.
Come on. You've got to buck up. This isn't like you. No matter how much you want to, you know you can't change the past.
Triple ellipsis.
I know that. But I can't stop.
It's difficult to live a life without having any regrets. Yeah, I've been alive for 700 years, and I've spent most of that time regretting. That's right, laugh. Laugh and just go on. That's the best thing to do. Then you can look back at even the saddest things and smile.
Huh. Sounds like that, what's the puzzle about?
Yuri?
Yeah?
There's
I'm
a soldier
going
and
to
there's
bring
a
Alice back.
king,
What?
a priest, and a
The Émigré magic that
merchant, and they all tell the soldier to do their bidding. At the end of the day, the soldier
many
has the
famous
power.
wizards have tried and failed. Even I have felt its dark call. However, I've always resisted its temptations.
Do not tempt me, Yuri. You cannot offer me this pop-up book.
What is Kato planning? We simply have to find out what his intentions are. Like he said, the secret is in the book.
You're going to...
His intention is to be the final boss.
The two of us will.
I know, right?
If one of us goes crazy
I think it's...
and turns into a monster,
I'll
then
type
the
it.
other one will be forced to kill him and stop the magic. How about it?
Okay. I want to do it.
Good. Then let's hurry up and take off for Europe. Now I've got to prepare the tools I need in order to perform the ritual.
You want to see me? So, how is he doing?
He's still pretty depressed.
I'm sure he will be fine soon. Yes. He is so much like my brother, inside and out.
Is he really?
You care for him, don't you?
Yes, I like him a lot.
I thought so.
A woman like me. Do you think he could ever love me?
Love you?
I mean, you'd know as his aunt.
Oh, come now. Don't be silly. Of course he could love you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But what is it exactly that's worrying you? What is it, my dear?
Nothing. It's just...
Yes?
I know that he doesn't feel the same way.
Are you sure?
He's still in love with Alice.
Alice?
His lover. She died protecting him. But I love him too, more than anything. I don't think he knows how I feel.
But you do plan to fight for him, don't you?
Yes.
That boy was born under a strange star. His whole life, he's been fighting with his destiny.
His destiny?
Yes. No matter what he does, he cannot escape. You too, Karin. You were born with a heavy destiny as well.
Me too?
Yes. I called you to this place because I wish to give you this. It's a photo of him from just before he went overseas. I thought that you might like to see what he looked like as a child.
Alright, we're back. I think it works in that case, Stargamer. I don't think I know who I have to talk to yet. Is it just Yuri right now? No, we got the full party again. Karin's in love with Yuri. And Yuri's aunt gave her a picture of him when he was little. Which means they're totally gonna get together. Buy some more tents. They might have new loot here. I'll take a look. They don't, thank God. I could probably just straight up buy them, but I'll go for the small discount, I guess. Oh, well, they're not that expensive compared to everything else that I ever want to buy. Let's see, I should probably have more good Phoenix Downs. I only have a couple characters that are capable of resurrection. Use ring abnormalities. Probably okay. Well, soul benedictions are... It's such a, like, awesome name for what's basically just a remedy. Like, now's the time to stock up on all this stuff, right? I didn't realize the mana roots were so cheap. I've been really stingy with MP. I probably didn't have to be. I could have been healing without getting to a save point. I'll try for one discount. To just... Well, I think I can do 30 pretty easily. Okay, let's try going up to the house. Maybe I need to talk to her before I can go to Kato. Did it actually put that picture in my key items, possibly? Key items. All this gay porn and nothing to do with it. Use both of the locker keys. Anyone who's tried has met with violent ends. Does that include Kato? Because we didn't see Kato actually using it, or who he used to do it. I don't think she has the picture in my shared inventory. I thought maybe she would be back with Yuri's aunt. Alright, nothing new here. I'll just go out on the world map and see if a new location pops up. This way? Exit down here. Yeah, that's how you kill Baldur. Queen's Garden. Queen Victoria died. There was a plan to try out the secret Émigré magic. What, to resurrect Queen Victoria? Seized by the Vatican. Okay, cool. It has to be Kato, right? Get the moon crystal. Got it. Roger. Oh, sweet. You can hang out outside and free tent me? That's pretty great. Any good English would want to resurrect Queen Victoria. I know very little about English history. Did Queen Victoria rule over a particularly prosperous kingdom, or is that just like, you know, English people are loyal to the crown? Can't be open or behind. On. Probably, I would guess that's for like a puzzle in here. Chess piece carved from white birch, only able to advance one square. Traded for a stronger piece on the far side. Oh, well, I guess the answer is yes then, right? Picture tilted toward the flag. How much of that success was due to the policies of Queen Victoria? Alright, so this is going to be a puzzle room later on when I get more tools. Now, what do you do in that case? I think resurrection isn't a thing. Although I like that in, there's a minor side plot point in Mass Effect 2/Mass Effect 3 where, a really, oh, that's cool, I didn't realize the battle music was bound to the continent, I thought it was disc-based. Right on. Anyway, like, there's like this president or important figure, Secretary General or something, who dies and he's kept on a respirator, but then he's resurrected where they like have a VI assist in his brain, and people say that there's like a zombie leader. Didn't work. I'm very uninformed about that period. Bethlehem. Birthplace of Christ in bizarre tentacle monster thing? Whatever the hell you would call this. Tentacle naked lady that's bound to an indigo crystal. Makes sense.
Keep your...
It's cool, I was missing this battle theme too. Let's see if I can puff up some more stuff with all this extra soul energy I'm sitting on. Sec. Let's do Earth. I think I need to get more the final form soul drop things. Oh, can I not? Oh, I see. I have to do the highest level version of it. Makes sense. Didn't deplete the coffers, basically. Gotcha. Cool. Had a lot of pretty garbage monarchs, right? Before and after Victoria. Or, I guess I don't know very much about famines either. I've always thought of famines as like an uncontrollable natural event. Are they the result of policy? Slash. Okay, a lot of different elements of damage. Probably should make a map of this place. It's not the pawn. Thank you, Magna Carta? Is this Zelda / Mario 64 Infinite Hallway? Might be. Something's odd. Do you think it's just your imagination, Karin? I guess the camera angle helps with the effect. Sane person would have given up by now, but the fact that I got a dialogue pop up on the round when I was going to turn around makes me wonder. Doesn't this passage seem longer? Of course I noticed. I was going to say, like, what the hell, Yuri? Okay. I thought maybe something special would happen if I kept running down it, but I just got "you're an idiot," which was fine. During the Irish potato famine, Ireland was an exporter of wheat and other grains. More than enough food in Ireland, but it was all owned by British absentee landlords who exported it to London to sell because that was the most profitable use. Okay. I see. So I can nuke all these guys with that Thanatos attack. Hey, Noobquake, you've played Shadow Hearts 1, right? Can you give me like a primer on Yuri's relationship with Alice? He had a relationship with her, and he also had a relationship with the girl that Kato resurrected as Oka, right? I have to do a single target no matter what I do. I'll just attack him. Oh, shit. British Navy turned away a shipment of food from the Ottoman Sultan at gunpoint because it's a nation of the starving Irish. There's more than the Queen's. Oh, wow. That's pretty bad. Oof. I haven't, no. Basically, it didn't need to happen. I just want to know, like, what's the deal? I've clearly confused Alice, the little girl in the graveyard, and the woman who is revived as Oka by Kato. So what was their deal in Shadow Hearts 1? That seems like that's going to be pretty important. Geppetto's niece. So was Geppetto a party member in the first game? Because he was around for the adventure right at the beginning of this one. He was already an ally of Yuri. It's Kato's GF. But didn't Yuri know her or something? I thought that was the thing.
This'll help you.
Party member. Okay, that sounds right.
Don't mess my clothes up.
Families in Kenya and India, how they were a result of the British saying, you can't keep grain in community granaries, you must sell it on the open market. Oh. Is there a reason for that beyond just greed? Okay. Chess puzzle. Thanks, Stargamer. Rectify the differences between the two rooms. Oh. Okay. So I should go over there and look closely at it. The glass had to come out on the drawer over here too, right? Okay, so there's vase, couch, picture, 2 pictures, flag. So I gotta go back and look at the other room and pay attention. That one's definitely right. The glass door had to get moved. Starvation in Ukraine was deliberate. Oh, it's penis scorpions again. Fantastic. My favorite enemy type in Shadow Hearts. We must be in Wales. Or not. They're a different brand of penis scorpion. I think I couldn't do the wheel if I took my headphones off. I think I mostly rely on the audio cue.
Now look this way.
I was wondering if it was something like that, Six Gunner. It's like we don't really value the lives of peasants. Tragic, careless, capricious, but not deliberate. That's interesting. I didn't know any of that. I was always under the impression that famines were just completely unavoidable, like, natural disaster level events. That you could, you know, try to manage a food shortage due to something like a drought. Better or worse. Requires human intervention. So it's automatically a failing of governments at that point. Because there's a Bible story about that, right? Joseph or somebody has visions of a famine, so he instructs everyone to save extra food in storage. Have a human fuck up for millions of people to starve. Sure, makes sense. Especially in modern society. Objectives are not to kill people. Sure.
Come to me.
So does the word famine generally describe like a logistical failure to store food, and doesn't, like, you would use drought if you were talking about a natural disaster that reduces the income of food? Or something similar. Logistical failure to store and distribute food in the part of a settled group of people. I mean, I guess it must, because if you were a hunter-gatherer or something, then you would just go hunt and gather somewhere else, right? Alright. Picture of the man's face is facing down on its side. Bookcase glass door is on the floor next to it. The vase is on the stand. The sofa is facing the entrance. What else was in this room? The banner was blue. There's one other picture I could fuck with. Tilted toward the flag. I think I can remember that. It's a cool puzzle. Weather events that killed millions in Kenya and India were not rare occurrences, happen once a decade. Existing ways of preparing and dealing with them were outlawed. In the service of trying to earn more income. Interesting. I guess I haven't thought about it at all. Sure. Alright, 2 attack rings I value. I don't think she can one-shot anything. rhetorical grand strategy games. Later, 6 gun. See ya. Oh shit.
One, two.
Keep going this way. Don't get turned around. Just gotta keep a picture of the dungeon in your head. That's awesome, Aki. Yeah, that genre, basically, I did not interact with it at all as a kid. Tilted toward the flag. I guess I don't know what tilted toward means in this context. It's part of the issue. Oh shit, I didn't check the chair. That definitely looks like that's tilted toward the flag, right? Okay. Phew. Nice. Pawn becomes a queen. It's not going to be an entire chess piece puzzle like I thought. Alright. Key items. I haven't found any gay porn in a while. Deer Antler. Able to move freely in 8 directions. How a player uses the queen reveals much about her ability. Queen's probably the remaining locked door that I haven't scoped out yet. Whoa, what's this? Never mind, perhaps we will use more chess pieces. Piece we found is too small. It's not the queen. Okay. If you look at the knight description, I'm still super impressed that they went to all this trouble with these item pictures and descriptions. Moves 1 across and 2 vertically in one of the 8 directions. Yeah, definitely throw some money in Wikipedia if you can. You deserve it. Scorpion Dick is a very distressing enemy. I think he's more distressing than the previous Scorpion Dick monster. Maybe I just forgot what he looked like, because it's been a while. Oh, they're just like chilling in this castle too. Is there any explanation for monsters in the Shadow Hearts universe? Like, why are they connected to something? Do regular people have to deal with them a lot of the time? Like, if you, like, drive to the pub in London, are you gonna run into a scorpion dick thing? Or is it mostly just visible to people that are already interacting with magic in some way, like this party? Maybe they never address it. Is that what was happening? So, were there monsters in the first one, too? I remember there being a, like, Pandora's box type thing, or releasing the evils on the world. But just having not played Shadow Hearts 1, I'm curious. Presumably you had random battles in that game against crazy dick monsters. Maybe that was tied to the... Eamon was the main boss of the first game, right? Well, sort of. The old dude with the top hat that was, like, conjuring Eamon. Have I gone up here? Definitely gone... I think I may have needed to go left instead. I guess I don't know where to use the queen piece yet, though. Alright, this seems right. Sweet. So regular Joe Schmo going to work doesn't see... Oh, that's rude. Secret chest behind the pool table. That's why we always mash the confirm button in JRPGs. The knight rescues the White King. Ha. Well, I guess I don't know what the other pieces are, do I? Oh, there's a rook. The rook is the one. Where is the White King, too? Oh, I see. There's another knight there that's threatening the White King. Wait, no, never mind. I think the White King's the one on the top right, not the one on the bottom right. So the knights are not threatening it. Why didn't you say so? Then you get a battle for getting it wrong. Have I already inspected the styles for all the pieces? Cool, see you later. Let me know. Did you all know that I accidentally discovered speedrun tech in the messenger during the 24-hour stream? Saves a bit of time on a boss. It's pretty funny. Thank you, Spiky, for pointing that out. Not quite enough damage to one-shot anymore. It's a bummer. Yeah, she hits pretty hard now. I've been neglecting her as a physical attacker. Maybe I shouldn't. Assume she was just good at magic. Can't just guess. Put it next to the white pawn. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Let me see if I can understand why. I think that must be the pawn, because it's definitely a rook next to it, and the other piece looks too important. Key items, king. Chess piece carved from human bone. You can only move one square in any direction. This is the essence of chess. Right, that probably goes back in the first room we came to, and that will likely open the long hallway we need to go to progress. I might step outside and have Roger top me off, since I have to get pretty close to where he is anyway. This dungeon's quite a bit less Byzantine than some of the other ones. Hey, heal me. Thanks, dude. Save while I'm out here. Oh shit, I'm glad I didn't randomly game over and realize it's been a while since I'd saved. That's not so great. Nova, I think? Can hit 2. Okay, perfect. Alright, still got the kill even though one of the attacks missed. Phew. Golden Bat. Golden Bat does extra damage, but takes more damage, I think. I don't think any of the transformations are bad. It's a backup strat. I see. That is cool, yeah. It was pretty precise to do, right? Like it was, some particular frame you had to try to kick off of it right when the hand got very low. I heard something off in the distance. Thanks, game. Turned off the Bowser's staircase, infinite staircase. totally. Oh yeah, what's that, Aki? Alright, combo damage. I like it.
Come to me.
Nice. I don't know that I ever had a spider be aware of my attempt to take it out. Like flies, for sure. Even with a fly swatter, are like always on the move. It's maybe not the kind of house spiders that I've dealt with. Hey, it's no longer an intended hallway. Nice. It's very obviously a leave me alone behavior. It reminds me, I found a hatch of spider eggs attached to the ceiling near our bedroom, and I need to look up the best way to deal with that. I don't want to have a billion baby spiders in the spring near our bedroom. A couple months ago, I don't think I told this story on stream, there was a spider that was directly above my pillow on the wall, and I was waiting to deal with it, but then Ben came up and decided that he was going to play with it, so he knocked it down, and then it got in my pillowcase, and then I was like, well, my work here is done, and left. I'm like, you son of a bitch, you just made the situation much worse. Vacuum will do it? Okay. Burning the house down, starting fresh. Yeah, no kidding. Pringles cans. Just like put the can over the egg and then kind of swipe to the left so it falls inside of the can and then close it. Spiders violate the contract. Yeah. Kill other bugs. Spiders and vibrate as a defense mechanism. Vacuum should work. I guess then you have a million baby spiders inside your vacuum, but... Boss fight! Old boss theme. Whoa! Holy shit! That's fucked up. Okay. Oh, this game is great. Giant baby ball demon thing? Barely registers. I guess this game is like weird rather than fucked up in a lot of respects. It depends. The penis scorpions are pretty distressing. Yeah, that one was pretty good, that dung beetle. Forgot about that. You raise a good point. Spider-Man out of fingers. Alright, I take it back. Fingers made out of spiders. Good. Alright, he can't use his special moves. It feels so good to be doing damage again. Oh wow, attack speed down? That's lucky. I will take it. I will take the ring. Andrew and I watched Fellowship this past weekend for the first time in a while. Good movie. Went and saw the midnight showing of Fellowship the night it came out, which was more than 10 years ago now? Oh wow, another summon. 2 in a row. Dope. And I remember being really, really angry about all the changes from the book. That was before I had my modern opinion on adaptation. No, that's why we watched them, Leon. It's on Netflix. It wasn't the extended edition, so maybe that's sinful. The Fellowship's on Netflix as of like a week ago or something. We did an all extended cuts thing back when I lived in Ohio, and everyone was starting to regret it around halfway through Two Towers. Maybe we should not have done this. Did it in theaters? That's cool. How long of a, like, do you guys like do intermissions or something, Nodovan? That sounds right. Hype for The Hobbit. Yeah. Extended Cut's very good. If you get a chance, that's actually worth doing. Most of the scenes in the extended cut are useful. Some of them are really important. Like all the stuff with I'm a bad Tolkien nerd. What's Aragorn's sword? Narsil? The Isildur's broken sword that's reforged. I think that's extended cut. And then it just kind of comes out of nowhere in Return of the King if you didn't see that. Narsil, I got it. It is Isildur's sword, right? Ah, sure. Fair enough. Have you seen one of my favorite clips on the internet? There's this, the Stephen Colbert is a massive Tolkien nerd, right? And, like a very high James Franco comes on his show, and he's like, I've been reading the Silmarillion, and I challenge you to name just 2 of the Valar. And like, Colbert fucking smokes him, it's great. It's one of my favorite scenes on TV. Like, he lists all of the Valar, and he gives like their elven names as well, and shit like that. You come into my house? Let's try this new... Oh, it's a useless summon. Bummer. I know, right, New Quake? This thing is nuts looking. Just kind of hanging out inside this Queen Victoria garden place. No big D, no big D. Go for the nuke. It names every Valar their wives and their sphere of influence, yeah. Everyone should find something in their lives that makes them as happy as Colbert talking about Tolkien's works. Great. Try casting delay. Hasn't worked on bosses in the past. Try to find the link here. Bear owns Franco.
Try tongues, but horse. Horse? Really? That holy shit, what the fuck is that?
Oh, oh, god damn it. Well, that's what I get for looking up this video to post while trying to do the ring. Yeah, right, Noob. Well, we were talking about the penis scorpions and the finger spiders. This one's pretty great. I love that the characters are all just kind of fine with it. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. That seems like the kind of thing you would fight inside of a church. I was asking earlier, Noobquake, what's the deal with monsters in this universe? Do you know? Like, Nodovan was saying that we did the Pandora's Box thing at the very beginning of this game with Nikolai, which makes sense. Explain why there are monsters everywhere. But I assume there were monsters in Shadow Hearts 1 as well, and there must have been a different explanation since it was pre-Nikolai opening the door. And, like, do, like, regular people see these things at all? I don't know if that's ever come up in the story that they, like, you know, cause a traffic jam because there's a penis scorpion on I-95 or something. Oh, he's got a little arm, too. I didn't even notice his little baby arm.
Don't underestimate me because I'm a woman.
I want to make sure I get the right... I mean, I suppose it happens. You're up, Yuri. One sec, I'm gonna confirm this is the right video. I'm just gonna mute my... There, if you haven't seen that Stephen Colbert video, it's only a minute long. You should totally watch it. Brings me so much joy. It's gonna warp me back to Roger. It's very kind. Thanks, game. You go to quote.marstead.com or quotes.marstead.com. Jahan has been doing a very diligent job of tracking all that. Control F, kill the child. Weird shit's going down in the graveyard again. This doesn't end well. This door, it opened. The door is firmly locked, okay. Okay, everyone in Yuri's party can see the monsters he can, but there's no real explanation what the average person thinks of the monsters that get summoned in public areas. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I just wasn't sure, like, if that was something that was covered in the setting at all, that, like, clearly this is an alternate history, maybe? I'm pretty sure Rasputin destroyed all of Russia and turned it into a floating hell palace, but Six Gun's not here to set me straight. This is a non-fiction game. I've seen some stories, though, that, like, are set, that are not set alternate history, like, this is what it's actually happened in history, right? The reason Rasputin died was because he summoned a hell palace. And was murdered by a talking dog. Oh shit, I need to do that. So I can read the key item description before it gets taken away from me here. Moon crystal. Grows by moonlight. All specimens were once owned by Queen Victoria. That makes sense. Main character draws out demons by proximity. That's a cool idea. Yeah. That's why you always run into them in your adventures, but we don't have to explain why, like... spider fingers aren't interrupting parliamentary processes. Hold on. We go into Roger Bacon to Roger's house. Thank you, save file. That's as close as I'm gonna get to a hot tip. Shit, Roger's house didn't have its own name though, did it? It's just Wales. Wales is all of Roger's house. Memory. Wales is a very small country. Yeah, I kind of like that about Buffy. That's a plot point at the end of, like, season 3, right? Everyone's like, yeah, we're you guys are acting like we're idiots, but we all know that this shit is happening because it's been in, like, every episode for the last 3 seasons. Of course we're aware. You didn't, like, Men in Black mind wipe us. Right, you're supposed to take the penis mine. That's how you get back to England. It makes perfect sense. Continental 02? What the fuck is this thing? I didn't realize he had a shop in his house all this time. We're out of papers writing down names. And I got a robocall. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Aetna have an important message about health insurance. I have an important message. Please stop calling me. They're even more bizarre in the first one. Was the first one as silly as this one is? It seems like they're building on a... This is Roger's house, right? I'm in the right place. Maybe I have to go somewhere fancy. Go by the coast or something. I too can insert brand here. I get the insurance call a lot, and I get... What's the other one that's common? This hill, maybe? Oh, warranty on my car. First game's extremely dark, the other game's extremely silly. This is a balance between the two. I see. That's cool. I don't have to do this dungeon again, right? It says to Roger's house, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the right place. Like, everything at the very beginning of this game came off as really dark. Roger Bacon was in the first game as well, I assume? He's kind of goofy just by being. Oh, that's really frustrating. There's this weird-ass machine with what appears to be a person standing in it. Alright, I'm about to look at a walkthrough. Expected when I got here that Roger would pop out and be like, alright, let's resurrect your dead girlfriend. It's weird, like, scorpion car. Wait, hold on. Apparently there's a super boss that I needed to get all of the Wagner chapters to be able to do. Sorry, I'm still trying to find this. To Roger Bacon. Whatever I usually click on the first walkthrough on game FAQs, but the way this is written is like really dumb, for lack of a better word. It's very hard to just quickly search through. Go inside Roger's house. Standing near a weird machine in the southern part of his house. I don't see him, unless if that's supposed to be for later. What's the name of the boss I just killed? Is there a bestiary in this? I think there was. Bestiary, whichever one you're supposed to say, I can never remember. Oh, it was Tsukuyomi before? That's cool. She's a primal in Final Fantasy XIV. The big bosses. Neo Astaroth. I should read the text for these guys, huh? Because it's pretty cool. Usually hidden beneath the park, it responds only to Lieutenant Colonel Terada's summons. Okay. Furthest star in the Scorpio constellation. Oh, this thing has two butts. I didn't realize that before. And its calves are teeth? That makes sense. It's reasonable. Oh, look at the little flailing hands in its crotch. It's cute. Creature of chaos, born from the negative energy created by centuries of war and strife. He rejects every possible system of order and seeks their ruin. So I looked this up so I can search the walkthrough. Hold on. King Tamakos. Why does something need two butts? Go to Roger's basement and head east to start the experiment. Roger's basement? Isn't this just exiting the area? Something's fishy. I feel like I've been stuck in his house before. Is there another staircase somewhere? Oh, this thing goes down. There we go. I know, right? Yeah, we were talking about God of War, where they were saying, like, gods are jerks. And Mega Man was like, well, Shinto gods aren't evil and nasty like they are in Greek and Norse. Like, I don't know. Sorry to keep you waiting. If you're here, Roger turns into a monster, I couldn't take it. We'll both turn into monsters, it's gonna be fine. I bet Kato's master plan is to get us to use the pop-up book. Weren't there like 3 magic books, and the pop-up skull book was only one of them? Could you really poop twice as fast if you had 2 butts, though, Nautivin? Isn't that like the, 3 pregnant women can't have a baby in 3 months thing? It would definitely complicate the bidet situation. Sounds like that would just make you poop twice as often. I don't know if I like that.
Look at that.
Well,
I'll mute myself and type during the voice acting again,
Okay.
so you guys can.
Alice!
Now begins the secret of the Émigré Manuscript.
So this is what Kato did too?
Not quite. Kato created Oka by using her hair follicles to make a clone. He merely used the Émigré to manipulate time and force the nucleus to grow more rapidly than normal. That's why Oka doesn't have any of Yoshiko Kawashima's memories. She was born a completely separate individual.
So, what about Alice?
She's exactly the same Alice that you knew. Her memories and emotions are just as they were at the time she died. And when she wakes up, she'll feel just as though she had a nice, long sleep.
You can't be serious.
Yes, but the experiment isn't a success yet. This is just a vessel for her soul to enter. The magic happens from this point on. The real trick is going to be calling her soul back into this body. To this point, not a single wizard has been able to do it. This will be the true test. We may even give birth to a monster, or we might even become monsters ourselves. All right. Once we start, there's no going back.
Fine.
Orinus. Orinus. By the wheels of the cherubim, take this soul beyond the gates of time. The crystal! Oh, oh my, oh dear. Her soul isn't returning.
Yuri.
Alice.
I love you.
I love you too.
Amazing.
That's a bummer.
Working out for Karin, though, right? She's not the third wheel anymore? Legend, the legend of the third wheel legend. Always in the way.
You made it out okay, huh?
Welcome back.
Double bar. That's pretty good.
It didn't work at all. I'm a failure. I beg the forgiveness of God for having committed this terrible sin.
Voice
I
acting is
swear
ongoing,
never
sorry.
again will I transgress against the holy word of our Lord.
He seems a little too perky, no?
But our Lord is merciful, and he has given me the answer.
The answer? Do you mean to say that you know what Kato is planning?
Exactly. By the wheels of the cherubim, take this soul beyond the gates of time. Beyond the gates of time. That means Kato is planning to create a warp in the fabric of time-space.
A warp in time-space?
When the Émigré power is activated and new life is generated, there's going to be a momentary change in the flow of time.
A nuclear
I
weapons ball
believe
in the
Kato
crystal
is planning to
the
use
language
that
of
to
Black
destroy
Card.
the world as we know it.
Is that pretty easy? That flow of time thing?
Well, it's not easy, but I'm sure he can do it.
What's going to happen?
It's hard to guess, but maybe
Oh my God.
we'll be sent
Oh my
1,000
God!
or
Although
even
actually it was sort
10,000
of
years
obvious.
into the past.
Oh no.
But whatever happens, the world that we know will disappear. That's certain.
Where do you think Kato is now?
If my guess is right, he'll choose a place on a ley line with a strong magnetic field. If I was Special Agent Kato, that's what I would do.
Don't you think we should ask Karando's mother where he is?
She's right.
Yeah, he kind of seems to be over that whole situation. Like, that would be a source of permanent trauma to me. If you don't know where someone is, just ask their mom. Garadaki. Just got another Final Fantasy VIII bonus stream today. I'll probably start working on that. Not next week, because I have to take Monday off. The following couple weeks we gotta do one for Planescape Torment, second bonus stream for Final Fantasy VIII, and then I've got a bunch of anniversary streams to satisfy. I got a bunch of people subbed in January. Also, Andrew has been healthy for a year, Hype. Two-thirds of the way through an interview with a retired Air Force general who was in charge of nukes about how deterrence changed over and after the Cold War. Perfect antithesis of MGS 5. Yeah. I didn't realize it had been a year until I was updating the subscriber database and I noticed that Kat had his 1-year anniversary, and I was like, oh, that's right, he's subbed when they moved out here. Oh, that's right, I started streaming again after she got better. Oh, that's right, she's been doing amazing for a whole year. Her boss took her out for a comped her dinner and said it was a pre-celebration of her getting converted to a permanent employee at the lab. So she better fucking get that job at this point. Like, it seems so certain, but you don't want to count any chickens before they're hatched, right? There's way more. We finished Chapter 1 of MGS 5, as ridiculous as that is. Oh, back to the graveyard.
I gotta admit, when I first saw you hanging there like that, you scared me pretty bad. But now, I feel like I've become a little bit closer to you. Almost like a brother.
Yeah. At like hour
Maybe when we
34
wake up,
prop,
maybe
we
that's
completed
when I can
Chapter 1.
finally let go of my past and be free.
Sure, everything's fine here. Nothing to worry about, right? the credits play and then it says Chapter 2. Like, it actually pops up and says, that was the end of Chapter 1, now enjoy Chapter 2. So you're not wrong to think that, given that credits played. After that, it's very unfinished, but it still seems to have some answers to questions, maybe. Who knows? Tons of unconscious people in my mindscape. The next chapter is like you're basically doing harder versions of missions you've already done because they couldn't make more content because they ran out of money and they ran out of Kojima. And then after each mission you get like 5 tapes to listen to. Yeah. There's one tape that explains the abilities of the Cobra unit from Snake Eater by using parasites. Because we needed to explain that. Because Snake Eater wasn't like it was Kojima's magnum opus and never needed to be touched by anyone or perverted or corrupted in any way. He's George Lucas. Nobody's telling him no. George Lucas is a perfectly fine, creative person. He has lots of good ideas. I don't think anybody can really succeed in a creative space where there's no one editing them. Alice died, you decided your happiness died with her. You're digging your grave alone, you cried until the tears wouldn't come. Basically, she's trying to tell me to move on and date Karin. We're going to flash back to him digging her grave. Oh, this is Shadow Hearts 1. I like when games do literal screenshots of the previous game. That happens a lot in Metal Gear Solid. They'll even do shitty like Metal Gear 1 screenshots. Hey Retro, how's it going? Holy Mistletoe Curse is going to kill your soul. You are probably getting interference. I've been having this problem a lot, Retro. Try moving the cables around. Turning off other sources of signal nearby. I get it really bad if my hub is moved just slightly from where I have it taped. It drove me insane while trying to get stream working for about 3 months, figuring out what was this noise problem that wasn't coming through the stream but only in my ears.
Somebody talk to me! Call my name or something!
This seems bad for Yuri.
Hey, Karin! Hey, Oh, wait a second! Lucia! Old man! You stupid dog!
Stupid dog?
I'm disappearing! No! I don't want this! Somebody make it stop!
Cool. Thanks guys for watching. Cool run though. Oh hey, it's beginning of Westworld. Or Red Dead Redemption. The only 2 trains I apparently know of. Ride through like an open savanna.
Alice.
She's dead, bro. We brought her torso back temporarily.
Yuri, you're back.
I am back.
I guess that I fell asleep here waiting for you to arrive.
You did? Oh.
Did you have a hard time?
Oh. You know, same as always.
What?
Can I sit next to you?
Sure, go ahead.
You know, always, feel kinda sick, sitting backwards.
Was it hard for you?
Huh?
To find your way here?
Oh, not at all.
Really?
Well, a little, I guess.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, come on.
I'll never forget
What?
taking this journey with you and meeting you, being with you.
Alice.
Don't worry. Whatever the curse is, I don't mind.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
I wonder if God'll punish me.
Why?
Roger and I used the Émigré Manuscript to bring you back to life. But we couldn't do it.
Hmm?
So you really meant what you said then?
Mm-hmm.
I love you too.
I know that.
If there really is a God, and if he'd grant me just one wish, I'd go back to the day we met.
Then we could take a trip together again.
That was some trip, all right.
Now we can see each other anytime.
Anytime?
I'm not going anywhere. Are you leaving?
Yeah. I've got one more thing that I have to do. Once I take care of that, everything will be out of the way, and I'll come back to you. Then I'll never leave again. I swear it.
Be careful.
See you soon.
Alright, we're back. Let's go talk to Yuri's aunt. Save real quick. Remember that from Psych class, yeah? Seems like Psych 101. I think Prop would know that. It's like her major, isn't it? Torso simulacrums are pretty critical. So they talk about, like, having a guided LSD experience with a therapist to deal with past trauma. You just need to meet a Welsh sorcerer, make it through that cave full of scorpion dicks. Dick scorpions, I'm sorry, those are extremely different things. Predates fright even. It's never a bad thing to get a little happiness back into your heart. I mean, is that what happened? exactly is he's up to. He's going to destroy the world by distorting the flow of time. Oh! Okay. So... urgent. I see. Yeah, sure. Asuka. I thought the stone platform was just an altar to the god of destruction. I thought Kato said he was going to destroy the world with his own hands, not by summoning an evil god. Maybe it's a neutral god. You raise a good point. Talk about a props comment is the most appropriate time for a Final Fantasy VIII vote, I feel like. Dude, that time compression thing makes so much more sense if she's Rinoa. She compresses time to the moment she was with Squall or some stupid shit. I don't know why she's attracted to Squall. He's the worst. With a capital W. A good god on a very bad day. Leave Squall alone. Rinoa thinks she can fix him. Sometimes you gotta brood. I'd say all day, every day. For years. Triple ellipsis. Andrea was apparently into Squall types when she was in high school, so... Yeah, right. That is David Boreanaz. He is Angel. They're the same character. Hey, first try. The slightly long loading time suggests that there's a scene playing. I'm muting it.
So there you are. What is it? Everybody's waiting.
How do you feel?
I'm not getting any better. It's just like Nikolai said. There's no way to break this curse.
Don't come any closer.
Hmm?
Stay there.
Oh. All right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, I decided, even if I can't break this stupid curse, it'll be all right. When it happens, and my soul fades away, I know that my memories, they'll live on inside all of you.
Do you mean it?
Yeah. There's nothing I can do anyway. But you know what? Before I lose my soul, while I'm still who I am, I'm gonna settle things with him. Other than that, there's not a thing that I can do about it.
Yuri.
Yeah?
I've loved you ever since I met you. I still do. I always will. I know I can't match up to Alice. You're such a dummy. I know you never noticed.
Karin.
No, it's fine.
Oh
You don't
my
have to
God.
say anything.
Oh my god! Although actually it was sort of obvious.
I always knew in my heart that you felt the same way about me, too. That's why I risked my life, because I loved you. And now that you know that... it's enough. For me.
And then we fade to black, very tastefully, just like Final Fantasy X. Or like the scene where everyone pretends to leave the party in Final Fantasy VII except for Cloud and Tifa. And they totally don't bang in the thing to fade to black. It's the JRPG equivalent of the Disney duet. Love is an open door. No, I agree, Noob. I like Yuri in this game. I thought they were gonna go angsty with him, but they haven't. He just doesn't give a shit. He says bite me to stuff. Yeah, he's not chipper, but he's not the usual kind of JRPG angst that I'm used to. Okay, so my understanding is that Asuka Stone platform is the final dungeon. Now that it's opened, I can do everything else, or do I have to pop in there and then leave first to do other things? Oh, actually, I've got Donovan's text here. Visit the platform to unlock the rest of the events. Okay. Cool. Then we've got side quests to do. No, FMV. Sweet. The last conversation with Kato was great. He's like, hey man, sorry your girlfriend died. My girlfriend died too. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go destroy time and end the universe later, man.
Did you meet Alice?
Yeah. Thank you. Do you still plan to destroy the world?
Yes.
Why?
I plan to remake this world by bringing us 100 years into the past.
Okay.
100 years?
Yes.
It's a slightly more coherent plan.
When the people that have warped this world had not yet been born.
Roll credits.
Then, I will be able to guide this world to a whole new future.
So you're not really destroying the world, you're going back in time and killing Hitler.
So you're satisfied with the miserable state of the world. You're happy just to let things continue the way they've been.
No, I'm not. The future I want is the one that I create for myself, even if it costs me my own soul.
So you fight because of your beliefs?
No. Because of my destiny.
of the ancient gods, soul of the land of Nippon, return beyond the gate of time! Yoriwara, vessel of Yamato. I'll be there at its peak. 108 tolls of the bell. Space will be torn, and time warped.
I got it.
I need to download this game's OST and rip it off for future D&D games. Cool, that was neat. Yeah. Okay, visit the wrestling ring in Nihonbashi. That's in the capital. He said it, you all heard him.
So it's you guys. Well, it's a good day for a fight.
That's what that guy sounds
Come all
like.
this way. Do you think you can handle me? Teacher!
We have come here to ask you a favor.
Oh yes, favor asker. I'm open for questions 24/7. If you got the problem, spit it out. Open your heart. Your body will follow. You will forget all your troubles.
Uh-oh. It started.
I have come here to save the world. This may be the very last time that you and I ever meet. Mine is the soul of a true warrior. I've never backed down from a fight.
Oh yeah? Well, mister, I never back down from a fight. What is this favor you are asking of me?
The intensity is just incredible.
Yeah.
I've come here for one reason only. For the Man Festival.
The Man Festival?
You don't mean it. You mean to challenge me in the Man Festival?
Huh? Music.
Huh? What's that? That sounds kind of...
Endgame side quests.
It's the ultimate test for wrestlers.
It's the perfect time to leave after he's like, I'm gonna go destroy time. He's like, alright, well, you wait on that. I gotta go do the Man Festival.
Man Festival. Countless wrestlers have tried, but every one of them has paid the ultimate price. The physical body is pushed beyond all endurance, and the spirit is tested to madness.
This is fantastic.
Anyone who survives the test will become heir to me, the great Gama. But are you prepared to suffer the consequences of losing as well? I'll show no pity to the loser. Fail, and you will pay the ultimate price with a baptism that will strip away your manly dignity. Even you, Joachim, will be given no quarter.
I'll never lose. Victory will be mine.
Very well said, Joachim. I would expect nothing less from my pupil.
Yeah, that's great. The camera slow zooming.
Wow, this is going to be going to be witnesses to history here.
Huh? Oh.
Endgame side quests.
Yeah.
Only accessible after entering the final dungeon. Which is great. Like, it would almost work if you hadn't have just talked to him and seen how urgent the situation is. Okay, we're doing this whole event.
Time to begin the Man Festival. The Tower of the Holy Ring is completed. Come on up to the top. I'll be waiting for you here. Yeah?
I'll be coming up to meet you.
The Tower of Wrestling Rings is pretty cool. That's pretty tame for some of the Joaquin stuff we've seen so far. Doesn't that guy fight with a statue of a pirate? Time is about to be destroyed. No, we gotta do this. This is more important. We can justify it too because he's gonna get a weapon or training or something that he needs in order to be able to stop time from being destroyed. Join the Man Festival. Steam has like bad synth. It reminds me of something out of Animal Crossing. It's great. Tower of the Holy Ring level 1. Balancing curry. The mat for man's flesh, the rope for man's sweat, the 4 posts for man's blood. He's the receptionist. This is the Man Festival Holy Shrine, the Tower of the Holy Ring. Not in such a pure, clean mega hit RPG as this. I feel like Joaquin is like... He's like... does not fit in the main story of the game at all. It's great. Chicken curry is lean and mean. Don't be so cocky. So the announcer's table is my weapon. I assume he's gonna get the pirate statue as his final weapon. There's 100 levels, so... Can I bail out and save partway through it? I think you estimated an hour to an hour and a half. Okay, cool. Now you're up against Masala. More kick than Korma. Okay. Oh, he transitioned to being invisible. Remember, the character I'm playing as who fights with an announcer's table is actually a vampire, and there's a complicated system in-game that governs whether he's currently a golden bat, invisible, or Grand Papillon, where he's exactly the same except he has a butterfly mask on and does extra damage.
Wait. I'm sorry. Did you just say that one of his forms he's sparkly?
Yeah.
He's a sparkly vampire?
This predates, so...
Man, they should sue the
Yeah, that's right. The name of the complicated mechanic that governs whether he's a butterfly or not, or invisible, or a golden sparkly bat, is called Joachithms, because he's Joaquin, so Joaquin rhythms, Joachithms. It has like a little graph. There's like a rainbow part of the graph that shows... Propagable says hi.
Hey, Rob. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. Indian food sounds good. I haven't had it in a while. We don't have any good options here. Madras. Masala wasn't too hot for you. Yeah, it is. That's kind of great. I haven't seen too many games play it this straight. Like I said before, I played some weird Japanese games, like, you know, even like Katamari Damacy winks at you occasionally. It's like, we know this is ridiculous, we're just gonna be very sincere. I guess this game just had the closest thing to a wink with the line from Yuri about, in this high-budget RPG, something like this. Retro, try your headphones and something else. It's probably the interference thing I was talking about. If you use the same headphones in a different device in a different room, it might not happen anymore. Tag teams. Yuri's my second highest damage dealer. In the same port. If you're getting it, then it's definitely the interference problem I was talking about. The port is the problem, not the headphones. That makes sense. You can jiggle the wire around or move other sources of electrical interference out of the way. You joke, Prop, but I totally did that. I felt like a crazy person. It was the very last thing I tried because I'm like, there's no way it's electrical interference. That makes no sense. At one point I had the entire port section of my monitor just covered in tinfoil. Chicken rod. I wonder if I can one-shot him with Yuri after transforming. Try it here. Not quite. Very close. Bring Anastasia in soon so I can snapshot them. Nodovan, I assume you and Noobquake compiled this list of side quests I should do in, like, order of importance. This was the very first thing on your list, and I think I understand why. Nice. Chiquito and Chikimi, Chicken Curry Supreme. Let's just zoom in on their butts. Maybe I can get the one shot if I get some crits in there. I didn't transform though. Do you know at which floors I get checkpoints? Today's Andrea's Friday. She doesn't have to work every other Friday with her schedule. So she wants to go get drunk sushi.
Next time I won't
Butt
be so
quest.
easy on you.
Only one butt this time, though. Not like Nodovin's Fantasy 2 butt scenario. Oh, there are 3 of them. Let's have her snapshot them. Chikitan, Chikila, Chikirada, the 3 chickenizers. I think magical is the only word that can really describe this sequence. It'd be cool if there was a secret summon for bringing Anastasia to this. No dice. Let me target one of them. Let's try doing a standard attack and see what happens. Perfect. Ah, so close. Oh, Murgh, Korma, and Murgh Masala. I didn't realize they were different. Scan the other guy here when I get a second.
Now look this way.
Perfect. This really sounds like a KK Riders song from Animal Crossing. Meet the creme de la creme birdmen, a cheeky union. This is pretty great, especially since the game has been unusually serious for like the last 3 hours. I can't get AoE. Son of a bitch. Dick scorpions were okay though. She needed those to show her dad, remember? This one, Tsar Nicholas was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. You can't go on this adventure, but let me show you my album. Oh, that's what you've been up to. Carry on. Every 10 floors would make sense for a checkpoint. It's truly 100. Chicky Eagle, Chicky Shark, Chicky Panther. The 3 hot ingredients of the chicken Vulcans. That makes sense. Might be able to put cat cam on of Marty staring me down. Hold on. And Ben, both kitties. Actually, I could probably leave the cat cam facing this window. This is the place they're most likely to sit and stare me down for food. Re-enable the command. Hey, Marty. Sit closer to me, Ben? Do you think the reason you're not getting fed is because I can't see you? You're so hungry. By the way, Prop, thanks for linking those Elgato lights. I might pick them up, because I do have the Stream Deck. My current lighting situation is janky and prone to the cats knocking it around. And by the cats, I mean Ben. Let's be real. Kitties are unimpressed. They might like the curry part of the currymen if they could get their hands on it. Marty. They're super pissed. Can't see where Ben's tail's going. You standing guard, Marty? So Marty and I have a thing that Andrea calls Marty Pettin time, where about once a day, sometime in the morning while I'm doing chores, he comes up and like basically demands that I sit down on the couch and spread my legs and make room for him to jump up and sit between my legs so I can pet him for about 10 minutes. And the other day, I got caught up. I was working on stream or something. I had headphones on, so I didn't hear him, but he was sitting next to me and meowing, apparently demanding it. I got up and went to go get something to drink and sat back down, and he followed me the whole way meowing. Still didn't know what he wanted. I thought he was just hungry. And then he like jumped up on the desk and looked me right in the face and meowed really pathetically, like, fucking pet me. I'm like, okay, geez, sorry. Making it to the Man Festival Committee Assistant Manager. Of course he's Vindaloo. Vindaloo's tasty. I should have healed before this. Hopefully things go well. I think my defense is lower as a golden bat, even though I do extra damage. Oh, that works. Extra damage.
I like this shit the best.
His voice is different when he's a bat, too. Hey, it's a checkpoint. 2004. It's a JRPG. That's no worries, Dread. This is a zero obligation channel. I think I can probably make it at least another 10 floors. Let's bring Yuri again, that was working fine. Water, bread, the curry ninja's on fire. Pork masala barrel. Like that pork is a level up to chicken. Vindaloo's the hottest. What's the final meat-heat combination gonna be? It's unfortunate. I think he can actually one-shot them as a golden bat, so I don't want them to combo. Ben is still very nearby. Hi, Ben. What are you doing, buddy? Both kitties. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's the wandering ghost. Super hog. Okay. The bat to go first. I think that works. Oh, I got 2 one-shots there. Perfect. Just gotta get all perfects and land a critical in one of them. Who's next? Human Courier Raider. Alright, surrounded. Take it. Oh, his summon animation changed, didn't it? That's a neat little bit of attention to detail. He used to, like, be all pained when he would summon, and now he just kind of turns into a demon happily. After the events with Alice. Oh, he has like 10 hit points left. Lame. None of these guys drop anything either. Yeah, you get about 12 SP for every hour you watch. and some for being there when the stream goes live to help with quality options. And don't be a jerk. I'm not going to get the scans on these guys. I'm going to try to not let that freak me out here. Miss! Who earns... Good to see you. Said no stress. God of War is currently a Tuesday affair. I prefer the Cool Ranch, so I usually try to eat the thing I like best last. Oh boy. I'm gonna try really hard to get Andrea to play that this weekend. I wanted to get her to play it the last time I tried it, but I was worried that she'd like it too much and get ahead of me. But I don't think it's possible for her to play it more than I've played it at this point. I'm playing it 1 day a week. She basically is Kratos.
Master, a man's road is a hard one.
Thanks, Saki. Swine 1, the moon pig. Swine 2, the fire pig. Swine 3, the water pig. Moon, fire, and water. Just remember that they, like, manually created each of those butt zoom-ins for each of these combats. It's really funny. It's the 3 elements. Thank you, Stargamer. Pulled pork. Yeah. They have like a kanji on their chests. I don't know what it says. The other ones had a yellow one, these ones are in red. Oh, maybe it's the heat level? Because it's... one was yellow, one's orange, one's red. I assume that's what that is. She's doing very well. She's very close to getting a permanent position at the lab she works at. She's currently temporary. Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier, like, doesn't it suck when bosses tell you have a job before you have it? Red, white babe, blue babe. For sure, Yukipo. Well, every time they hit him like that, he falls directly on his head. Yeah. I had something like that happen. It was super annoying. I think one of these has a heal. They told me I had the job, and it took them like 4 months from then to actually hire me. And I was just on their hook the whole time. They have to be unconscious for that to work. Shit. Korma's the mildest. That was the job for me to get out of the call center too, so getting all to the call center was like my #1 priority. I almost didn't care what else I worked on. It was miserable. During the 2008 mortgage crisis too. Good time to cross-sell people losing their houses, credit cards. Alright, it's pretty bad. No kidding. Yeah. Makes me really want Indian food. I was just looking to see if I can prepare it myself. Jelly. Should probably bring Anastasia next time just for the party-wide heal. So I can't heal between combats in this. Oh, Gumbo's super good. I haven't had gumbo in a minute either. A place in Columbus called J Gumbo's and makes it really good. Meet a real man. Just one guy this time? For a Korma, I'm not so sweet. Like, because of the risk of pizza coming into contact with shellfish? Ooh, Celeste and Wind Waker. Nice. Maybe Andrew and I will watch that after we get back from Drunk Sushi. GDQ's running, Andrea. Oh, Dead Cells is cool. Can't watch that one, though. I haven't beaten it yet. That sucks. Is everything okay?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to be quiet.
It's alright.
Failed.
It sounded like something broke.
Yeah.
Is Dead Cells still in alpha technically, or beta, or is it fully released now?
A true hero never loses.
Gosht Madras. .1, cool. Oh, not much damage that I liked. Bummer. Gotta do an elemental attack to finish him off. Nice. Heartbeat? I haven't heard of it. What kind of game is it? Making it as far as the Man Festival Committee Manager. Now let's see how much of a man you really are. Fish curry? Oh shit. Shit's getting real. Wonder if that's just like the developer's personal ranking that prefers fish curry to pork to chicken. Synergy between Pokemon. Oh, that's cool. So, like, Shin Megami Tensei, maybe? I do really want to see someone do a similar take to Pokemon, but a little bit more challenging. Oh wow, fish curry is a boss. Gosht Vindaloo. Yikes. Spicy. Lamb Vindaloo should be the top tier curry. He's got a different kanji on his chest, it looks like. Ben, are you back? Thought Andrew wasn't a feed you? Get cam. Making games is extremely difficult. Even for like AAA companies that have the resources, they'll almost always making compromises at the end and not including everything they originally dreamed of including. It's tough because it's like with movies, you can be an amateur filmmaker and make a pretty decent low-budget film with only a couple people. I guess we see some games where a single person has like killed themselves putting it out. Like Iconoclasts. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to get into a significant number of additional floors in the next 9 minutes. So... Actually, we went over by 9 minutes last week. This is perfect. Clock's at 37. We can stop right there. And then I don't know if we'll beat it next week, but we'll definitely beat it the week after that, and then we can start up Fallout 2 and/or Return of the Obra Dinn, depending on where God of War 2018 is. Yes, Ben, I know you're so hungry. It's pathetic, really. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I did just save, right? One more safety save. It looks like I did. Let you know what's coming up tomorrow and next week.